Hello, I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, with a message for the National Disability Employment Awareness Month this October. This year's theme is America's Recovery, Powered by Inclusion. We continue to raise awareness this month by reflecting on the importance of ensuring people with disabilities have full access to community involvement during the national recovery from COVID-19. The contribution of people with living disabilities is vital to our communities and to the success of this county. It is important to build a diverse workforce that includes a talented pipeline of people living with disabilities. Our department has been working hard throughout the pandemic and beyond to make sure that everyone knows what resources and opportunities are available. And because of this hard work, I'm delighted to announce that the county has won an unprecedented tie in Albany for the newest statewide NDEAM award. This award category recognizes two businesses for their innovative employment practices that address the strategies used to assist interns and job candidates in order for them to be successful members of their team. Bark and Purr, a pet food supply store on the Yonkers waterfront, and St. Joseph's Hospital, also in Yonkers, are the 2021 winners of this award. Congratulations. Locally, the Westchester Employment Network nominated 14 businesses, and 17 employees were also nominated for county recognition. I would also like to send a special congratulations of longevity to Lyle Davidson for his 19 dedicated years to S&H uniforms in White Plains. To all of you celebrating, thank you for your service, your dedication, your commitment, patience, loyalty, and countless stories of inspiration.
Good morning. My name is Evan Latainer. I am the Director of Westchester County Office for People with Disabilities. Welcome to our annual National Disability Employment Awareness Month award ceremony. This year, unfortunately, we cannot be in person. We're going to do this virtually once again, but we will continue to honor and recognize all the employees and the employers who have consistently dedicated their time to the disabled community in making this year another successful awards event. Moving forward, we hope that next year we'll be able to do this once again in person and be able to celebrate our past achievements, and looking forward to much more to come. So on that note, I'd like to pass the torch on to Michele Green from Access VR, my partner in the Westchester Employment Network Committee. Thank you so much, and take care and be well.
Good morning. My name is Michele Green, and I am here representing the Access VR statewide business relations team and the Westchester Employment Network. We are delighted that you are able to join us for our 2021 National Disability Employment Awareness Month event. As Evan said, out of an abundance of caution, we have pivoted to provide you with this virtual celebration so you can see what we've accomplished in the last year. The website, which holds this video, has been utilized and shared by businesses as well as our workforce development team throughout the Hudson Valley. This has increased the region's development of diverse and inclusive workplaces, and I encourage you to continue to share it. One of the most unusual outcomes in the last year is that the Westchester and Rockland Employment Networks have received more calls than ever about how to provide reasonable accommodations due to the pandemic. Businesses are depending upon the partnerships with these networks to learn more about what they can do to assist the workforce as they return to in-person job duties. We have seen an increase in municipal hiring, in work tryouts funded by Access VR, as well as on-the-job training and funded internships. This has helped us to rebuild our area's economy. With the partnerships we have depended upon during the pandemic, we have already begun to fulfill the mission of this year's National Disability Employment Awareness Month theme, which is America's Recovery, Powered by Inclusion. When I reviewed the nominations this year, I was struck by what businesses had to say about their employees. One supervisor said, "Our employees with disabilities are an asset to our organization. They have brought great qualities to our business." Another said, "The employees hired from our networks have helped to create a diverse, inclusive workplace." Businesses have gone above and beyond to offer flexible schedules and worked with their team of job coach supports. Some employers even held jobs for dedicated employees until it was safe for them to return to work. Another summed it up by saying, and I quote, "In the face of potential infection, our employees continued to work and did what had to be done in this crucial time." And what, may you ask, were the employees saying about their employers? One employee remarked that the company is like a family. Another said that the company reached out and offered me a job when I lost mine to COVID. It was all summed up by an employee who said, "I am proud of what I do, and the company listens to me regarding what I want out of this job." Being heard is such an important part of the human experience. Please feel free to check out more testimonials on our webpage. I think you'll be inspired. It is our collective hope that you will use your creativity to do even more in the coming year. Last year, you may remember that we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Well, this year I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the 20th anniversary of the United States Department of the Office of Disability Employment Policy. They spearhead the National Disability Employment Awareness Month celebration. This office's 20-year body of work also covers a wide range of policy issues that impact the employment of people with disabilities, including initiatives focused on transitioning youth with disabilities, workplace policies and practices, and employment supports such as accessible technology and transportation. They have also been responsive to new issues as they arise, including those regarding the pandemic. They work in tandem with the Society of Human Resources Management, Disability In, the Job Accommodation Network, and more. There is a plethora of free resources and guidance, including their newly developed financial toolkit for individuals with disabilities. You will find a link for them on our webpage. Our work together is particularly important as the pandemic marches on. United States Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, said, "Our national recovery from the pandemic cannot be completed without the inclusion of all Americans, in particular people with disabilities." Their contributions have been historically vital to our nation's success and are more important than ever today. We must build an economy that fully includes the talent and drive of those with disabilities. Locally, we have been working very hard to rebuild the area workforce. Both sides of the river, as it were, have funded retraining, internships, boot camps, and have had virtual as well as in-person job fairs. In the past year, the Workforce Development Team came together to form the Tri-County Talent Consortium under the extraordinary leadership of Jason Chapin at the Westchester County Association. Businesses have presented their needs to the team. Real-time leads are then shared to our consortiums across Rockland, Westchester, and Putnam County. We thank you, Jason, for all that you do. We must also thank Sheila Davis from the New York State Department of Labor, who has shared virtual job fairs to meet the needs of businesses across the state. Our friendly neighborhood labor market analyst, Johnny Nelson, from the Department of Labor, has let us know that our efforts are, in fact, making a difference. The July 2021 unemployment rate for the Hudson Valley was 5.3%. That is down from 12.5% in July 2020. In addition, as we have begun to return to work in person, the Westchester and Rockland Employment Network agencies are providing a hybrid approach of in-person and remote support to meet the needs of job candidates. We again want to thank the Workforce Development Boards of Rockland and Westchester counties who continue to support projects and partnerships which always include job candidates with disabilities in the Hudson Valley. We thank O.J. Yiser and her talented team at the Westchester Putnam Career Center, as well as Stephanie Compasso and the dedicated team at Rockland Works for all that they do to develop opportunities for those we serve. I would be remiss if I did not recognize the extraordinary staff at the White Plains Access VR office. This office serves thousands of individuals with disabilities, and this past year has seen a lot of changes in the office. Despite the challenge of remote appointments and an ever-changing landscape, the staff at this office has pressed on to be sure that services are delivered, students are sent back with their funding to college, and individuals have gotten the employment opportunities they are asking for. I could not be more proud. As is my tradition, I must take a moment to publicly recognize the Rockland and Westchester Employment Networks. While I have the privilege of addressing you all today, the stories and heartfelt tributes that came in from the 34 businesses that were nominated for awards in the Hudson Valley are your stories to tell. Your talent and your creativity humbles me. Your passion, your dedication, and your commitment have never been needed more, and I cannot believe how much you have accomplished in this last year. A job incredibly well done. Each year, we look for a story to inspire our continued work together to recruit and retain individuals with disabilities in our region's workforce. This year, we have the story of Max Gomez, truly a hometown boy makes good story. In this, one of the most challenging years of this century, my hope is to bring you a story of recovery. Many of us have suffered loss, and we have had to do what we can to recover and move on. Please join us on Max's journey. I hope that you will reflect on how we might all be inspired by his energy, his hope, and his success. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Max Gomez, our keynote speaker for 2021.
Hi everyone, my name is Max Gomez, and this is my speech for National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So it all started when I was 13 years old. I began my journey to become a champion motocross racer. I was one of those kids who was never great at team sports, so this was something that I enjoyed. In solo races, you compete against yourself, and when you win, the victory is much sweeter because the skill is all of your own making. I worked hard to increase my speed and agility on my dirt bike. My dad had just as much passion as me for the sport. Together, we would travel up and down the East Coast competing in a wide variety of events. I enjoyed every minute of it, but I knew injuries would be inevitable. As I increased my speed, the crashes and injuries became more severe. This is when I realized that I could help prevent these injuries by training in the gym. I followed a strict program that involved a lot of cardio. I needed to get my heart rate up in order to simulate what I would experience at the motocross track. I learned how to love the pain of exercise, the shortness of my breath, and the soreness that would ensue the following day. Little did I know these were the days that would help me develop my deep passion for fitness. Throughout my training, I came to understand that if I was in better shape, I could prevent crashes and win races. So I pushed my body to its limits. Time would reveal how I would need these skills in my own life. As I progressed over the years, the training became more intense and the riding more frequent, and the passion for it all continued to grow. I was now 18 years old, and I planned to race in one of the biggest competitions in my life in Tennessee. This particular race required 2 prior races to qualify. The fastest 40 riders in the world in each class competed. I was having a really good year leading up to my first qualifying race, and I felt confident in my abilities. I qualified in the first race and began preparing for the second qualifying race in a couple weeks. I was running almost every day, and I tried to ride my dirt bike 3 or 4 times a week. The regimen was intense, but I knew it had to be done in order to make it. The next qualifying race was in western Pennsylvania at a track called Steel City Raceway. My first race of the day went really well, and I placed in a qualifying spot. During my third race of the day, my entire life changed. I was in 4th or 5th place, and I had a guy right in front of me that I knew I could pass. I lost traction going up a jump face, and I crashed. I was ejected from the bike and landed feet first on the ground, 30 feet below. I experienced the most intense pain of my life, but I was more upset with myself than anything else. I knew I had ruined my weekend. Little did I know how bad things would get from there on. After a couple hours, I was transported to the hospital where a team of doctors assessed my situation. As the medical team was being assembled, I realized that this was not simply a sprained ankle, which we initially thought it was. I was rushed into an emergency surgery and found out that I had severed 2 major arteries in my right leg. My foot was not getting enough blood flow to adequately heal. Amputation became an immediate possibility. This was the most frightening news I had ever heard in my life. The doctors promised they would do their best to prevent that, but nothing was for sure. Fast forward 5 surgeries and a month later, I left the hospital in a wheelchair and without my right leg. Looking back, I think it was inevitable that this was how I was meant to live. At the time, I couldn't help but feel like the ultimate victim. What did I do to deserve such a drastic chain of events? I tried to minimize these thoughts because I knew that would not help my recovery in the long run. Instead, I turned those negative thoughts into a burning passion to get back to as normal of a life as I could possibly live. After 6 long months on crutches and in wheelchairs, I finally received my first prosthetic leg. I had also gone back to school and was a full-time student. It was at this time that my mom had discovered a program called Access VR. I met with my counselor to determine if I qualified for their program and what my options would be. My counselor's name was Caitlin, and she turned out to be a lifesaver. I met with Caitlin often. She genuinely wanted me to succeed, and I could tell she was passionate about what she did. After transferring schools multiple times, I earned a bachelor's degree from Kane University in Union, New Jersey. I was thankful to Caitlin and Access VR for their patience with me while I pursued my degree and accomplished every milestone along the way. Caitlin always had faith in me. I had finally settled on majoring in psychology with hopes of attending a doctorate program for physical therapy post-grad. I was passionate about physical therapy and had put in thousands of job shadowing hours in order to strengthen my resume. While working as a PT aide in a rehab office in New Jersey, the head therapist there told me that personal training could be another outlet I could follow to increase my earning potential. She indicated that I could train people in my off hours and still have time for my classwork. I was still working out regularly, so it made sense to me. I took and passed my ACE PT exam and became a personal trainer. I worked at a gym called Sets in New Jersey for almost 2 years when COVID hit. We were all very unsure of how things would pan out with the gym, so it was a stressful time for me. In addition to the stress of potentially losing my job, and my income also diminished very quickly. I have always been the type of person to try to see the good in a bad situation, or at least try to turn something negative into a positive. I knew that everyone was home during the pandemic, and Facebook was very active at the time. I went on Facebook and joined a handful of local groups in the area. I posted a flyer mentioning that I would provide in-person small group training at people's houses. To my surprise, the post received a lot of traction, and my phone would not stop ringing. I provided a lot of personal training to mothers in the area. My income increased exponentially, and I loved every minute of it. It didn't even feel like work for me. I loved connecting with people and seeing them so happy while they all worked out. I knew I was onto something. As the summer of 2020 came to an end, I began to lose the clients due to weather and their busy schedules. This was when I decided it was time to start looking for my own place. Through a personal connection, I found a building in Manasquan, New Jersey. I decided to open up my own gym. I bought equipment with the money I had saved over the summer. With the help of my family, we transformed the space into a working gym. The timing could not be more perfect. We completed the gym conversion in December of 2020, and I opened my own business on January 4th, 2021. The gym is called Amped Fitness. Very few people make the connection regarding the name of the gym. Most people think it implies being revved up. Now that you know my background and that I am a below-knee amputee, the connection is clear. I feel that the name of the gym pays homage to where I came from and where I am now. I am proud to say that I started the gym with 7 members, which was just enough to pay the rent. 8 months later, we are now at around 60 members and are continuing to grow. I am very thankful to my family for the help they provided guiding me on this journey. I am also thankful for Caitlin, who saw something in me that I may not have seen in myself. I still have ambition and future aspirations. I hope to one day own a chain of successful gyms and be able to give back to those that have so generously given to me. The businesses who have provided the vocational counseling, job shadowing, internships, work tryouts, and other vocational mentoring that are here today in our virtual audience are to be congratulated. Your mentorship is priceless. My challenge to you is to think outside of the box. How can you increase your opportunities so that more qualified job candidates with disabilities can join you to get the job done? Please think about that as you watch the rest of today's presentations. Please also remember, as we are all going through these challenging times together, many of us have stories which tap our inner strength and which focus on personal recovery. Do what you can to develop your personal strength, and I want to thank you for listening to the story of mine. Cheers to Access VR and to all of you for a successful and healthy rest of your 2021. Thank you.
We are so pleased to have Anna Durez, the District Office Manager for the Commission for the Blind, with us today to present the Governor's Proclamation for National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Each year, the Commission, our sister agency in all that we do, joins us in our efforts to increase inclusive hiring and development of diverse workplaces. Thank you for being here. Anna?
The U.S. Department of Labor has announced the theme for 2021 National Disability Employment Awareness Month is America's Recovery, Powered by Inclusion. When announcing this year's theme, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Labor for Disability Employment Policy, Jennifer Sheehy, said, "This year's theme reflects our commitment to an inclusive recovery, one in which those of us with disabilities have full access to economic opportunity and, if needed, the accommodations and supports that allow us to contribute our skills and talents." The history of National Disability Employment Awareness Month can be traced back to 1945, when the first week of October celebrated employment of individuals with disabilities. In 1988, Congress made the commemoration a month-long event. Each year, we are privileged to have the New York State Governor's Office deliver a proclamation declaring October National Disability Employment Awareness Month. This annual commemoration raises awareness for disability employment issues and celebrates the many contributions of American workers with disabilities. It is my privilege to present this year's proclamation from the first female governor in New York State. We thank Governor Hochul for sending this to us today.
I'm Tom Kleiner, Executive Director of the Westchester Putnam Workforce Development Board. In collaboration with leaders in our counties, businesses, educational institutions, and not-for-profits, we have inaugurated the Westchester Putnam and now Rockland Pathways Pledge, modeled after the statewide pledge initiated earlier this year. The pledge presents an opportunity for our partners to communicate what they've already done to increase diversity in the workplace through their hiring and recruitment practices, and to encourage them to do even more, to look forward and share best practices. Both the statewide pledge and our local pledge seeks to foster more equitable hiring, worker retraining, and helping low-income workers access higher education. Those that take the pledge can sign on to actions that include creating new apprenticeship programs, hiring based on skills rather than credentials, or writing a job description simply for a summer internship program. And the community of those with disabilities is possibly the most fertile field for expanding these opportunities. Most of those of you who are here today are aware that the unemployment rate for those with disabilities is historically very high. But most of you also know that when given the opportunity, those with disabilities make great workers. Part of what the pledge is intended to do is to encourage signees to give someone with a disability a chance to prove that they belong and can contribute. Possibly the most important thing for our friends here to know is that it's really easy to sign up. It takes only about 3 to 5 minutes and really easy to demonstrate success. No one from a workforce development board or the government is going to come knocking on your door to see if you've complied with your pledge. But if you are able to demonstrate that you accomplished some of the things you said you would undertake, we'll celebrate those successes with you and encourage others to follow your lead. So in that vein, today, we'd like to proactively recognize some of those honored at this breakfast that already exemplify the mission of the campaign and take the opportunity to proactively induct them as Pathways Pledge members because of the work they're already doing to create a diversified and inclusive workforce. And they include Cambria Hotels and Suites in White Plains, Scarsdale Library, Westchester Independent Living Center, the 3 Walgreens locations in Thornwood, Eastchester, and Yonkers, Meals on Wheels in Yonkers, Bark and Purr in Yonkers, St. Joe's Medical Center, Yonkers, ShopRite Pearl River, MAID, M-A-D-E Transitional Services in Spring Valley, the Stony Point Conference Center, and the Society of the Arts in Garnerville. We will be mailing those of you who were just recognized your certificates of recognition. And we certainly commend you for all your good work. And finally, encourage all those who are hearing this message to join in that effort. Thanks.
We are pleased and proud that our Access VR Regional Coordinator, Veronica Rose Craig, has graciously agreed once again to present our highest award for Westchester County in our 2021 celebration. We are deeply honored to announce that the Hudson Valley has brought home 2 statewide awards in Westchester County and 2 statewide awards in Rockland County. These awards celebrate the very best efforts in creating a diverse workforce in our region. Veronica?
Hi, everyone. We had a new category this year for our statewide awards. Bark and Purr in Yonkers, New York, has tied as a winner for the New York State Innovative Employment Practices Statewide Award for 2021. This award is being presented to Bark and Purr for the strategies they used to address barriers and the creative ways they met the needs of their interns and employees. Bark and Purr has had a working relationship with Joannio since 2018 to provide work assessments and support summer internships for our youth with funding provided by Access VR. They accept at least 3 interns each year. Bark and Purr has welcomed them by offering non-traditional work hours, which allows the interns to meet their academic schedules and develop the skills needed to work. Interns can shadow groomers and work offsite picking up dogs in the community. Youth who work at Bark and Purr are also afforded the opportunity to network within their community. They have participated in the Yonkers Riverfest, Yonkers Downtown Annual Pet Parade, and they visited college campuses where they set up booths for events. Bark and Purr has even provided transportation to off-site events, creating accessibility that otherwise would not have existed. During the pandemic, Bark and Purr hosted informational interviews for students who were quarantined. They have also hired several of the students who completed their internship. One particularly talented hire communicates with animals via American Sign Language and has even trained dogs via ASL to sit and perform tricks. This new hire also has the privilege of working with a deaf dog. The dog's owner was very grateful for such personalized service. The experience Bark and Purr provides for their interns has been invaluable. These young people are given the space to evaluate career routes and determine which match their interests. Bark and Purr has also publicly acknowledged the hard work of their interns via social media, assuring they receive the recognition they deserve. We are therefore pleased and proud to present one of the 2021 statewide awards for innovative employment practices to Bark and Purr of Yonkers, New York. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm the manager of Bark and Purr. I've been partnering with Joannio and Access VR for several years now with their job training program. This experience has benefited my business and employees by diversifying our company culture, increasing employee motivation, and reducing turnover. During the COVID pandemic, I was actually surprised at how many young people were willing to work. Given the unprecedented situation created by the COVID-19 pandemic and economic crisis, the Access VR program allowed me to run my business with the supports of a job coach that helped me create flexible work schedules, provide accommodations such as an ASL counselor for orientation, and creating new job roles as needed. This opportunity has given me the ability to offer invaluable experiences for all kinds of people. And not only that, but has helped me incorporate an inclusive workplace for all. Job coaches assisted in making the hiring process run smoothly while learning more about the supports an individual may need to be successful. I am truly honored to be receiving the Statewide National Disability Employment Awareness Month 2021 Award and for being part of the positive influence of workplace inclusion. Thank you, Joanno and Access VR, for the nomination and wonderful partnership throughout the years. I look forward to continuing our partnership. Thank you again.
In an unprecedented tie, we're pleased and proud to announce that our second statewide winner for innovative employment practices is St. Joseph's Hospital, also located in Yonkers. Joanno's partnership with the hospital began in 2018, and since then, more than 15 interns have been employed throughout the summer. Many of these interns are now enrolled in college or participating in a vocational training program. Every year, St. Joseph's Medical Center's volunteer manager reaches out to Joanno to recruit new interns for the summer employment. Their intentionality demonstrates extraordinary commitment and leadership, as well as their investment in the next generation and the community at large. St. Joseph's offers interns a unique experience from HIPAA trainings to career exploration, job shadowing, and much more. Summer interns have built strong relationships with those in the program, often returning to maintain those relationships and give back to the community. St. Joseph's has accommodated many program participants who attended high school, are enrolled in summer school, or are completing their college studies. The volunteer manager offers non-traditional work schedules that accommodates the needs of these interns. Interns are partnered with other volunteers who are more experienced as they begin their training. St. Joseph's also informs interns about positions available and offsite community events for personal development. They provide ongoing feedback and one-to-one meetings that help students to identify opportunities to develop their skills. St. Joseph's has given high school students with no work experience the opportunity to try out different roles in different departments within the hospital. These roles include clerical and mailroom duties, IT, hospitality, front desk, and greeters. Students who have chosen a career path in the medical field are given the opportunity to converse with professionals about their day-to-day tasks, tour their workplaces, and discuss equipment and resources that they use daily. Interns can work alongside nurses providing bedside assistance, delivering food, or care kits to patients. Undoubtedly, the opportunities afforded to the interns are vast, beneficial, and significant. Notably, throughout the pandemic, St. Joseph's hosted food drives to provide support to the community. They have invited the interns to participate. It is evident that St. Joseph's Medical Center is a supportive, compassionate, and caring facility worthy of the 2021 Innovative Employment Practices Statewide Award. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Lorraine Horgan, and I'm the Vice President of External Affairs at St. Joseph's Medical Center. First, I would like to thank Joanno and Access VR for recognizing our partnership, and that together we're able to help individuals with disabilities and offer them the opportunity to learn and improve their skills while volunteering with us, and ultimately reaching their goal of being employed. We work very closely with each individual from Joanno to reach that goal. St. Joseph's Medical Center has also benefited from the additional human capital that individuals from Joanno offers us, and also takes great pride in helping these individuals with disabilities thrive by teaching them social and professional skills, as well as a good work ethic. We are proud to say that ultimately we have hired several individuals from Joanno that came to us as volunteers and are now seasoned employees that have been with us for several years. Thank you once again to Juanio and Access VR for nominating us. We are proud of being the recipient of this remarkable award, and we are truly blessed to be part of this wonderful program that makes a difference in so many people's lives and helps so many people with disabilities achieve their dreams. Thank you.
When we review our award nominations each year, there are some businesses that have obviously gone above and beyond to recruit and retain employees with disabilities. We want to thank the Access VR District Office Manager, Ramona Fuentes, for being willing to present the regional awards this year. Ramona?
The regional awards for Westchester truly define community dedicated to creating a diverse workforce. The Scarsdale Library, our regional award winner with 25 through 99 employees, is being recognized because they reached out to Access to recruit a talented candidate to work at their library. Library Director Beth Bermel took advantage of the 55A program, which allows a qualified person with a certified disability to be hired into a competitive civil service position without having to take an exam. Ms. Bermel said one of our goals is inclusivity and access for people of all backgrounds and abilities, and we strive to achieve this in our employment practices as well as our programs and services. Our new employees love learning, friendly, approachable demeanor, and willingness to assist in any way possible makes him an outstanding candidate. We congratulate Scarsdale Public Library for their regional award. Our second regional winner is Walgreens for the Employer with Fewer Than 25 Employees Award. Walgreens has cultivated relationships with Ability Beyond in their Thornwood, Chappaqua, and Peekskill locations. The Thornwood store has allowed for community-based workplace assessments. The Chappaqua location has assisted high school students to transition into the workplace by providing clear training and detailed directions that ensure a positive customer experience. The Peekskill store has demonstrated a willingness to create opportunities so our candidates can gain meaningful work experience. Walgreens is being recognized for the company-wide inclusive training practices and the creation of diverse workplaces in Westchester County. Westchester's final regional winner is the Yonkers Office of the Aging on Meals on Wheels program for their pandemic-related accommodations. Juanio has had partnership with this program since 2002. As the pandemic struck our lives, so many people were in need and could not leave their homes for essential food. Many older adults who may have been mobile prior to the pandemic could no longer go to the grocery store safely to buy their own food. Others didn't have family members or loved ones nearby to help them through this time. The Yonkers Office of the Aging is an accommodating and flexible employer, always willing to adjust schedules and duties as needed to play to the strengths of their employees. They always ensured their employees had ample and personal protective equipment and practiced all necessary safety precautions. They have developed a culture of openness, transparency, and full trust, which makes their employees feel safe and highly valued. The supervisors and staff are a great natural support to the 3 individuals from the Juanio Employment Program who are working there. They are always willing to brainstorm and collaborate with Juanio staff to ensure that the needs of their employees and the needs of the business are being met. The Yonkers Office of the Aging demonstrates communications and shares in our collective vision of independence.
Now we come to one of our most treasured moments of today's awards ceremony, our Westchester County Longevity Award. Lyle Davidson has worked at S&H Uniform in White Plains since 2002. Throughout his 19 years at S&H, Lyle has had the opportunity to learn many tasks that are vital to the company's operations, including maintenance, warehouse, and stocking responsibilities. He has had the support of Careers Support Solutions along the way. As an essential worker, Lyle showed up without hesitation throughout the entire pandemic. He showed up every day with his mask on and followed all the safety protocols his supervisor and job coach reviewed with him. For Lyle, work is not just a job, and it shows. He loves the business and the people he works for. S&H owners say that he truly shows dedication, a good attitude, and he's never late for work. Lyle has an incredible memory, which helps him locate items quickly at work. S&H's owner, Kevin Ross, has said, "Lyle is constantly reminding me about what we need to order for the warehouse in order to keep things running smoothly." He has also asked careers if they have any additional job candidates that are just like Lyle. High praise indeed, Lyle. Congratulations for winning the 2021 Longevity Award. Many thanks also go to S&H Uniform for your vision and support of our longevity winner. And now we will present the Westchester County certificates to the employees who have been nominated for their hard work this year. Andrew Brooks, Cynthia Wanamaker, David Coutinho, Elmer Grulon, Frank DeSimone, John Mazalauskas, Kelsey DeCrenza, Lazaro Perez, Liam Tanian, Lindsay Spiegel,
Thank you, Michele. And again, I have the honor of announcing our local employer award winners for this year. The first one is ABB Optical. American Maintenance. Ardsley Public Library. BJ's. Cambria Hotel and Suites. DeChico and Sons. DigiScribe, a MetaSource company. Immaculate Heart of Mary Church. Mom's Organic Market. Regen Physical Therapy. S&H Uniforms. Scarsdale Library. Stop and Shop of New Rochelle, ShopRite of Yonkers, Walgreens of Eastchester, Walgreens of Thornwood, Walgreens of Yonkers, Westchester Independent Living Center, Westchester Medical Center, Westchester Roadrunner, WJCS Center Lane, and Yonkers Office for the Aging Meals on Wheels program. Thank you all so much for participating once again this year, and we look forward to continuing our relationship and looking forward to bigger and better things moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our event this year. We have a tradition, and it's story time at the breakfast. During the pandemic, many programs in our area rose to the challenge of meeting the needs of their fellow man. Today, I would like the final story of our celebration to focus on how those we serve made a difference. The Meals on Wheels COVID-19 Response Fund distributed more than $7 million to local programs in our communities, making a strong impact in the lives of those in need. We here in the Hudson Valley had to answer the call from the third largest city in New York State. So, the Yonkers Office for the Aging answered their community's cry for help and became our very own hometown heroes, serving 80,000 meals in the last year. Throughout the pandemic, workers with disabilities from the Joanio Community Employment Program contributed to the effort daily, delivering meals and ensuring people in need received their essential food. The Yonkers Office for the Aging recognizes that their staff is their greatest and most precious resource, as they are the ones getting the job done. It is this kind of leadership that bonds people together and empowers people with disabilities, which is the most prominent reason that the individuals who work there have stayed for so many years. One such employee is Jody, who delivers meals. She takes her job very seriously. She is dedicated to helping others in need, and nothing could make her feel better. When asked about her job, Jody said, "I love to see them with their smiles on their faces as I deliver their food. It makes me feel so good." Kelly Sciarella, the program director, had this to say about our community. Jody, Maria, and Betty are part of our fabric. They diligently do their jobs with care every day. They have been with us for many years, along with our food escorts and community aides that come to us through the Arc of Westchester. You know, these ladies do not just deliver meals, they are our eyes and ears for our aging residents. They report back to their supervisor when they notice a change in their clients. They have identified serious issues that have proven to be life-saving. If a client doesn't answer the door for their meal, these ladies know to call the office and make us aware. We then call the next of kin, building management, the police, and/or an ambulance to address the potential emergency. Our food escorts save an average of 12 lives per year. During COVID, Meals on Wheels did not shut down. It became imperative more than ever to be able to serve our seniors in their homes. In addition to the 80,000 meals brought to homebound seniors, staff also delivered 20,000 boxes of pantry items, fresh produce, thousands of masks and sanitizers, as well as many private donations from community organizations. While the office moved to a contactless delivery system, their task was to deliver the food and place it in a bag outside of the client's door. But they had to take a step back and see the client accept the delivery. More than ever, this delivery proved to be the only contact our homebound seniors had with the outside world for months. We have received many tearful appreciation notes about providing this service during this crucial time. I am eternally grateful for our dedicated staff that never left their post. At this celebration, we applaud the Yonkers Office for the Aging for their excellence in providing employment opportunities for people with disabilities, for creating a fully inclusive environment, for valuing the skills, dedication, and hard work of these employees, and for their tireless commitment to our community during this crisis. And that, my friends, is how our community contributed in the last year. To the business community who faces ongoing shortages of labor, I would ask that you broaden your horizons and think about recruiting more often from our community. Our website is full of testimonials about how and why it works. You know, many people come to our event and say that it inspires them to keep going. This program reminds them why they do what they do. I hope that we have done that again for you this year. To the staff and employees with disabilities, we thank you for your ongoing dedication. We look forward to bringing you news of what we've had accomplished again next year. But for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 2022.